Okay, hey y'all. We're about to make sandwich bread, homemade sandwich bread. Y'all, the thing about me is I'm not great at making bread. I've only made it one time, so I just went on there and just got this easy recipe. And y'all know the thing about about me trying these recipes. I don't give y'all the measurements. I do tell y'all what I'm adding in there, but I don't tell y'all the measurements because these are not my recipes. So today we're gonna try to, and I will, the people that make these, that when I use somebody's recipe, I feel like, that they deserve the opportunity for y'all to visit their channel and see the whole process. So yeah, so I just tell you, and plus I switch stuff around. I don't always use what they use because I use what I have on hand, or what to fit. I use what I need to fit my family needs and what's best for my family, you know. So yeah, so we about to make some bread. I'm gonna pause y'all and we'll get started. Okay, y'all, I had to get my homemade tripod because y'all know my tripod is broke. So this is my homemade tripod. Okay, y'all, let's get started. It's the best I could do. Okay. I had to prop it up against the chair because the thing don't. It's crazy, y'all. Okay. The things I go through for y'all. Glory. Okay, y'all. We're gonna put, the recipe calls for some all-purpose flour, some yeast, some instant yeast, rye yeast, some salt, and some sugar. And all the sugar I had was this, so we're gonna add this to it. Okay. Like I told you, I'm gonna use what I have on hand, and that's the salt. And that's what we're gonna do. How we gonna make this ink? And then it calls for water, warm water, at 100 to 10 to 15 degrees. Okay. So I'm gonna pause y'all while I heat up a little water, warm water. Okay, y'all, this is the whole wheat that I already made. And this is how it's going to turn out. It's supposed to turn out to look like. And then you're supposed to put a towel on there. You're supposed to put a towel, cover this for 2 hours. So let me put this back over here. I got this covered. We're going to finish making the regular, the all-purpose white. This is whole wheat. You know, my son got diabetes, so I use whole wheat. But I will say this. Oh yeah, stir it. You need to stir that stuff up while we're waiting for the water to get a little warmer. I will say this. Definitely when you're making the whole wheat, you're gonna need way more water than it calls for. That's usually when you're making anything. Well, not everything, but some things that you bake in the whole wheat. If after you add what they call for, and if it's still kind of like dry and need moisture, you need to add a little bit more to it of the ingredients than it's called for. Okay, I mean like the wet ingredients that it's called for. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna pause this. Okay, we finna add the water. Add the water in there, and then we'll stir it up. See, you don't need extra water. You need exactly the amount that is called for the recipe when you make this. Okay. I did add a little extra water because I thought I was going to need it. And I probably did the wrong thing. But we'll see how it turns out. This is why I tell you all the time. This is why I don't. Because I do stuff to my own drum. That's probably why I can't make bread. But let's pray. Let this still come out after I let it sit. Okay, now after this process right here, you wanted it to like have that that sticky drop, you know, kind, not like this watery kind that I'm having, because I probably shouldn't have added that extra water. But I'm gonna let this like sit, and hopefully it does something else, something different. If not, you know, I'll add a little bit more flour to it. And wait, I'm gonna add a little bit of flour to it just to try to make it have that elastic look that he had, because I added that extra water. Yeah, because I don't want to mess the, yeah. Okay, so yeah, if you add too much water, you know, think you know it all, yeah, just add a little bit more flour, because now it's doing what his did. So I didn't have too much flour, too much water. Thinking because I had to add extra water to the wheat that I was gonna need extra for this, but no, you don't need extra water. Okay, and you just wanted to have this elastic kind of like floury situation that I'm having now. Like it's like elastically, you know what I'm saying, like that. Yeah, you don't want it to be like syrupy. You want it to actually like feel like like a lasket. No. Okay, but just know if you like me thinking you know it all.
What are you doing?
Y'all, was I recording the whole time? I probably wasn't, but I added the water, and now as y'all can see, you add a cup of water. Listen, don't be like me. I added extra water to it, thinking it because I was thinking I was gonna need extra water. Do not do that. Follow the instructions. Add just the amount of water he said when you use the ingredients that he used. Okay, follow instructions, use the ingredients. But if you do add extra water and your dough is not a lasket like this, just add some flour to get to that consistency where you see in his video that the flour is supposed to be. So that's it. Just add some and it'll be fine. Okay. All right, so, and this is what you want. You want that elastic, like pull back, you know, you want that. And then you want to sit, let it sit. Okay, then after this process, you just put a towel on it. What kind of towel? What did he say? He said, put a cheesecloth towel over it or whatever. I don't have it, so I'm just gonna put a regular towel over it and just let it sit for 2 hours, and then we'll come back and tell you what we do after this been sitting for 2 hours. Okay, all right, I'm finna get off of here and I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, y'all can see that the wheat is rising. It's still got an hour to go. Yeah. Y'all excuse me, something got in my throat. Alright, the white is rising slowly. It's still got a little over an hour to go. But the wheat might actually make bread. We'll see what the white do. Alright, blessings. Okay, y'all see how much it done rised? Yeah. Okay, now we gotta do the next process. And he said add some oil to it. Oh, wait, I think you oh no. Definitely gotta add this oil to it. Because this stuff gonna be all over your hands. You see that all over my hands? Yes. So I'm gonna have to pause y'all and do what he says though. Okay, y'all. Oh yeah. You're supposed to grease and flour these 10 baking pans or whatever. I did do that. But I also sprayed them with cooking spray. Hopefully I didn't add too much grease. Okay, I'm finna get off of here and I'll show y'all how I do the white one. I'm gonna try to show y'all on camera when I'm doing it. Okay. Alright, let's pray that we did this right. And then you cover this for an hour. You're supposed to cover it for an hour and let it rise for an hour before you cook it. Okay. Bake it. Okay, y'all know I'm using this homemade situation to do these videos. Tripod. This homemade tripod I concocted. So bear with me. Okay, y'all. So I greased the pan and now I'm finna put some flour in there. Because it says you need to grease the pan and flour it. So I don't know how much grease because it really don't say. So I don't know if you could just spray it with some non-cooking spray and it'd be just fine. Or what. just use this. I'm just gonna flour it and braise it to the best that I can. Yeah. But I use non-cooking spray and grease in it, so hopefully I didn't use too much grease. And yeah. Okay, this is our pan all greased up and floured. Okay, we're gonna move that out of the way. And this is what the all-purpose flour turned out to rise and look like. I just showed y'all the wheat. Okay, so now we can let me grab a spoon. Okay, now it says we gotta knead it, but actually he said fold it. But you know, I saw him working with it. First you gotta put a little oil on there, so I'm using olive oil. Okay, he said put a little oil on there, and that's probably to touch it with your hand, but I'm gonna use this spoon. This stuff you get oil over you. Well, that ain't gonna work. I'm definitely gonna have to touch it with my hand. So let me put some oil on my hand so it don't stick as much. So I'm folding it like he said. I believe it's just me kneading it, trying to knead it. Yeah. Okay, now we folded it like he said, and we're just gonna scoop it on in here. Hopefully this make bread and I can do what I wanted to do with it. So maybe hopefully it turns out to make bread, because his turned out to make bread. Well, it looked like it. So remember, we gotta let this sit for an hour. So I'm just gonna move it around in there a little bit. Now remember, y'all, with this white all-purpose, I added a little bit more water than I should, and so yeah, we're gonna pray that this will turn out like the other one, because the whole wheat it rose right to the occasion. This rose too. It just didn't rise as high as the whole wheat. So remember though, if you use a little bit too much liquid, just keep adding flour, add some flour, and try to get to the consistency that you think that it looks like he achieved. So let's pray that we did. Okay? Remember, trial and error. You know, you gotta try somebody else's recipe, and you just gotta get used to it if this is something that you want to do. Okay? So sometimes you wanna do it perfect. Sometimes it ain't gonna turn out at all. Alright, now we gotta cover this and let it sit for an hour. Okay? Y'all, it's been an hour. It's been over an hour, and this is how much is risen in the whole week. This is where we at with the white. It's rising, but it's slowly, and so I'm gonna let this rise. It's rising, but it's slowly. I'm just gonna let them. I'm just gonna let them take their time and just rise on up where they supposed to be, and then I'm gonna cook them. Okay. Okay, y'all, this is what it turned out to look. This is what it's turning out to look like. It rolls up. Now we're gonna put it in the oven and bake it. And we all know my oven is down, so we're gonna use the toaster oven and try to make this bread. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. We'll see what it turns out to. I gotta cook it on very low so it don't cook too fast. But I gotta tap a little bit so you know it's gonna rise. So now I'm gonna have to put some aluminum foil on top of it. Okay. Okay, y'all, that's what it turned out to look like. I'm hoping that it's all the way done. You gotta let it cool before you can cut into it to see all the way. And it's warm, but it ain't cold. It smells like bread. I want to look in it so bad, but I want to let it cool all the way down before I go into it and see what it actually turned out to look like, or that it's going to be. All right, let's pray that we made some homemade bread. But you know, trial and error, first time. So, yeah. Okay, let me stop touching it. The more I touch it, the more I want to cut it. But let's just let it cool. I still haven't made the white bread yet. Still letting it rise. I'm going to show y'all later. This is how much it didn't rise so far. Alright. Okay, y'all. I think it's best that you just spray the pan with canola oil. I mean, some non-stick cooking spray. And some flour, and flour the pan a little bit. But we're going to see what this turn out. I remember when I made bread before, when it actually turned out, to let it cool. I know they said take it out the pan and put it on a wire rack and just let it cool. But this is what it looked like when I took it out the pan. Yeah. See, I'm praying that it's all the way down. That I let it cook, let it bake long enough. Because I use my toaster oven. That's firm. That don't mean nothing. And that's what the bottom look like. It's firm. That don't mean nothing. This is what the pan look like afterwards. You see, I had a lot of grease on the bottom of here. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna let it cool, and I'll tell y'all what it turned out to be. You know, this trial and error. This is our first time trying this, and so you know, over time we'll get better at it. But let's just try this first. Okay. Alrighty. Get off of here later. Okay, y'all. As y'all can see, I tried to make bread. It was an epic fail. It did turn out to. It turned out to be like bread, and it smells like bread, and it even tastes like bread a little bit. But this is the white. It's just all a no-no. So yeah, I still can't make bread. I'm not going to give up trying though. I'm going to try a different recipe. Okay, as y'all can see, it's 10:23 at night. I'm tired of waiting on this bread, so pause it. Okay, I already feel like I made this one wrong and it's taking too long to rise. It probably would rise if I just leave it in here. But I'm just gonna go on and cook it. This is our first time making bread, so trial and error. And next time we'll do exactly what they say do. Okay? Alright. Later. Okay, y'all. As y'all can see, I tried to make bread. It was an epic fail. It did turn out to be like bread. And it smells like bread. And it even tastes like bread. A little bit. But this is the white. It's just all a no-no. So yeah, I still can't make bread. I'm not going to give up trying though. I'm going to try a different recipe.